Today I'm just going to really just kind of talk about our business philosophy and how we approach it from a business point of view, and how we embody our clients' success, how we go about building, and talk about some of the terms you hear being thrown around in the general contracting or the building industry. There's multiple verticals inside the construction industry. We choose to focus in a couple of segments. One is in the healthcare area. That's a gift that's going to keep on giving no matter where healthcare goes. There's always going to be a need for that. We're all getting older every single day, and we're the fastest growing part of the population. So we have set up a company called All Phase Medical, and we do some cross-pollination with ETL Construction and All Phase, but All Phase Medical eats, sleeps, and drinks healthcare. Anything that has to do with healthcare. Medical office buildings, surgery centers, we do sleep labs, we do dialysis clinics, we do anything related to healthcare, and that's all it does, okay? Because we're specialists. As you guys know, you get to know me, I'm a really detailed kind of guy, and I like to know all the details and be the shell answer man for all of my clients. If I don't have the answer, I'll have the answer in 10 or 15 minutes, and if I don't have it directly, I'm going to introduce you to somebody that has the answer, okay? So I'm selfish with our clients in our relationships. I never outsource those. I do use subcontractors in my business, but most of them have been vetted, and they're some of these folks in the room. Scott Branch, been working with Scott for what, 10 years now, a long time. Devin Berry, been just an absolute godsend to us in the last couple of years, and they've passed muster with my standards. They're someone I can put in front of a client. I can not be there, and they can talk to a client. I'm perfectly comfortable with them doing so. That's probably only like 5% of the people I let do that. And because we are trying to change the face of construction, I saw this as a very target-rich environment. I'd sold my previous companies, and Kim says, you're not sitting on the couch, go figure out something to do. So I got into construction. I always wanted to do it, didn't know how to do it. Didn't know it was anything about it. I had the business acumen, really didn't know the technical aspects of building. So I really kind of started from the ground up. I started this business installing sewer lines myself, pulling wire myself, knowing everything, every facet of the business from a technical perspective. Because I wanted the respect of my clients, I wanted the respect of my sub-trades, my subcontractors. And not many look at me, they don't look at me as a drive-by builder. I'm not. I'm one that gets my hands dirty. I swing drywall and paint, and I sweep floors. I was just doing that at the sorority house the other day. So it kind of embodies everything that we do as far as our construction, and that should give our clients and demonstrates by example to our clients that, you know, that's what we put into our business. That's what we put into your house. That's what we put into your business. And that's what you're getting. I'm not always the cheapest. You've heard me say that before, and there's a reason for it. Because I would not do something to someone's house that I don't feel comfortable doing. I've walked away from jobs because, you know, I understand price point, but I started this company and I'm doing this. This is a segment of the industry that is so lacking, is integrity, honesty, and, you know, when we're far and gone, that house, that building, that system, that addition, that deck, that tile is going to last. Okay, and it's built to last. And I put those type of materials, and I put that kind of passion, I put that kind of creativity into what we build. No one works for me without that. You've met some new faces. We've been growing exponentially over the last 4 or 5 years. So a lot of the folks that you see are standing in front of you because they passed muster with me. Okay, and I have extremely high standards. I don't mean to sound arrogant. We're just good, and that's what we want to be, especially in this market. I want to be discriminated. I want to be the guy. I want to be cream of the crop. I want to be the top brand in this area, and we're fighting every single day to get that. And I'm not going to compromise on that. How does that translate to our building? Well, we focus in a couple different areas with ETL Construction Services. There's the design build aspect, which is one of my favorite parts of the business. Is we get to put a lot of creativity in what we design and build. Now, we've taken a multitude of different Southern Living homes and tweaked it. Tweaked it to milk out cost, to also customize that house to the client's needs. So we want to know how you're going to use a space. We want to know, you know, where your break room is best suited. Nobody likes to walk into a business and somebody's got, you know, egg rolls in the microwave, and you're walking into a business and you smell it in the front room. or the waiting room. It's those kind of things that we help design the building, design the space, and design the structure to alleviate. So you still have the utility, but your customers don't always have to see that. So design build is a little different from spec building. Design build is putting creativity and being that point of contact up front to coordinate all those cost elements up front to save you money and to actually create a plan that when we're standing out there on a rainy day like today and we've got to pour concrete, we've already given thought to what was going to happen before we even arrived that day. It's planning. It means interest money on construction loans and the type, so it saves you a lot of money, a lot of time, but most importantly gives you a quality product when we're long gone. So that's what design build process. We work with the architect, the planning. We can provide all those services to you. We bring that as a team, design build team. So we bring everybody to the table for that. Instead of you managing 20 different relationships, and I got a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend's uncle, sister, you know, they're not going to be working on my project, our project, without passing our standards of business, integrity, and honesty. It's just the bottom line, and that's what's seriously lacking in our business, which is great because we're trying to change that every single day. Construction management, we have a lot of engagements in our commercial side where we're not the primary contractor, we're not doing the building, but we can come alongside a client that's about to spend $5-6 million and be their representative to ensure it's done properly. In the advent of some of our physician clients, they're generating revenue every single day in their practice. They don't have time to come down and answer questions about HVAC or layouts or that type of thing. We are the customer's advocate, and instead of the general contractor grading their own paper, we come in there and we provide that QA and be that manager of those resources and ensure that the building is built properly to the spec, and of course all the issues that come up with building to be the guy that answers the questions for them. Do a lot of renovations in our business. Kitchens, bathrooms, basements, anything that you want to do to improve your space, we can do. And then building maintenance is a new division of our company over the last 2 years. We're not building as many custom homes. Started 2. One up in Clemson, South Carolina. We're starting it next week. It's a small one, about 7,800 square feet. That will be, and our custom home business is doing very well in spite of the downturn. Our reputation is well known in those circles, and that's one of the clientele that we focus on. Most of our clients have money in good times and bad times, and that's just how we have segmented and chosen our clients. And that's one of the reasons why we're growing so well right now. One of the things we're not building as many custom homes, so we've created repair crafters that we're kind of getting a slow start on, but it takes a lot of attention for the small jobs, and like I've said before, they're just as important as the big ones to us, because that's how we started. We always remember where we came from these small little projects. That's how we've graduated to the big ones. And so we started repair crafters as a cost-effective solution, not just for you as a customer, but for us as a business. We can price it appropriately. I'm not pulling a superintendent or my plumber or my electrician or whatever that's focused on a $5-6 million project. They can eat, sleep, and drink toilets, handles, pins, screws, falling off cabinet doors, stopped up gutters, those kind of things as a cost-effective solution for you. And from a business perspective, I'm not using a high dollar asset that I can charge a high dollar price on in order to accomplish that task. So we've restructured it so we can price it appropriately and take care of those small jobs that are really, really important to everybody. And then insurance and restoration work, we've done that in the past. It's not an area we focus on right now, but we have been called upon to do rebuilds on a lot of stuff through insurance and stuff.
1 minute.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what ETL construction is. If you got any questions, I'd be happy to, technical questions, be happy to answer those. Anyone?
What does ETL stand for?
That's what I was thinking. Driving me crazy.
ETL, it's I'm kind of a sentimental guy. I named my first son after one of my Navy buddies that has since passed away. We were in a poker game one night and I lost, and he said, well, you know, I didn't have enough cash to any of the pot. He says, you're going to have to name your first son after me, which I did. Timothy Allen Duffy, my oldest son, is that. So I'm kind of sentimental when it comes to that, and my word's my bond. ETL, I told myself I was setting in instruments when I was at Fort Rucker, Alabama, going through flight school, and there's a term called ETL. It's effective translational lift. It's a point where an airfoil, a rotor blade or a wing, starts to produce lift. So as I started, I said, I'm going to name my first company after that. I don't know how it would apply, didn't even know that at the time. But I was in the healthcare business, and I, you know, bet the farm on one of my other businesses, and I created ETL as a way, or as an operating company, to house intellectual capital when I was doing IT stuff. So I, you know, advise on boards and that kind of thing, and I would help businesses take flight. So that's what ETL was about. So I just kept it, and instead of changing it to something else, it was a matter of convenience, really. So that's what ETL stands for.